ADR-LINK is the program in your area that matches your families and youth to neutral practitioners that will work with them directly. ADR is the name of the service provided free of charge by practitioners not employed by Children's Aid Society offices. The families benefit by having a full team approach to get to the best options and plans for children's or youth's well-being. You, their own circle of support, oftentimes a lawyer from the office of the children's lawyer and each child's voice, come together to have respectful conversations to reach reasonable plans that are acceptable to all parties. If you're new to Children's Aid Society, welcome to an incredibly important and impactful role. Being a Children's Aid worker isn't easy. The work is demanding, the decisions are complex, and the emotional weight of what you do is heavy. Alternative dispute resolution can make things easier, not just for you, but more importantly, for the families and youth you support. As a Children's Aid worker, you play a vital role in supporting families to ensure the well-being of children and youth. Your work is guided by the Child, Youth, and Family Services Act 2017, which emphasizes the importance of child-centered services and family connection. CYFSA states that all Children's Aid workers must consider the use of alternative dispute resolution for all of the families you work with. You'll quickly find that a big part of this job is navigating family dynamics, trust issues, and difficult decisions. Most of the work you do will be with the parents or caregivers of children, and it's important to be able to keep the child's or children's best interest at the center of the work. This is best done by including each child's concerns as part of discussions and planning. ADR helps to keep conversations and planning focused on the well-being of the children or youth. When you make a referral to ADR, you'll work alongside families, their communities, and the ADR practitioner to create a plan to address your concerns. This collaborative approach ensures the best possible outcomes for children. ADR emphasizes shared responsibility and supporting vulnerable families with neutral facilitation. When you use neutral third-party facilitation, families are more likely to open up and discuss difficult things so that solutions can be created. When families are engaged and feel heard, outcomes improve. ADR helps by creating a safe space for problem-solving. ADR practitioners craft the space in which everyone feels safe enough to talk about difficult things. Through thorough preparation and restorative conversations, we get to the heart of conflicts and difficult dynamics and help to prepare everyone to have a voice and a say. By the end of this session, you'll have a better understanding of how ADR helps reduce conflict, strengthen families, and ultimately improve outcomes for children. ADR is a service available to families and youth to work with Children's Aid Society for better outcomes. Just as the people in every file are different, so is ADR's approach to working with them and you. Services are provided by professionals trained in Indigenous approaches to ADR, child protection mediation, family group conferencing, and youth-centered services, including Ready, Set, Go. ADR-LINK provides access to facilitators in your area. Families are coming to you at a time when they are frustrated, frightened, usually angry with someone, and the stakes are high for them as parents, caregivers, or youth. ADR brings people together to talk, listen, and find solutions, ideally before things escalate. Instead of forcing decisions through the court system, ADR provides a safe, structured process where families, youth, and Children's Aid Society workers can collaborate. ADR is not just used to avoid court. ADR works best when referrals are made at the first sign that the people involved may need help to communicate and collaborate either with you or each other. You can make a referral to ADR at the beginning of Children's Aid Society services to ensure families who are able to care for their children safely have the chance to involve other people who can help with ongoing support. By planning together for success, each person's voice is important. Families have the right to neutral and impartial facilitation by a non-case carrying third-party facilitator. There are several streams of service in ADR available depending on what a family or youth needs. Indigenous approaches to ADR honors cultural traditions and conflict resolution and use a circle format based in traditional values and principles. When working with First Nations Inuit and Métis communities, the CYFSA outlines that FNIM communities have unique histories, traditions, and child-rearing practices, and emphasizes the need for culturally appropriate services. The Act seeks to empower Indigenous communities in caring for their children and promotes collaboration and partnership. Indigenous approaches to ADR incorporate the principles of the Act, honoring Indigenous traditions and cultures in planning. Child protection mediation, where a neutral mediator helps to work through disputes, often in high conflict cases, where you may complete a protection investigation and had no protection findings, but are worried about the conflict between the parents and how this is impacting the children. Kinship and openness planning are referred to this service to get to agreements. Family group conferencing, where families create their own safety plans. This should be used whenever a critical decision or plan of protection is needed, especially if there are others outside or inside the immediate household that can offer support. Ready, Set, Go ensures young people have a voice in their care and helps them to plan for success as independent, confident adults. ADR works to pull together supports that can help youth for both long and short-term planning. Fourth option is a service that may involve additional supports in terms of developing better communications between parents or caregivers. It is often used if there are children with special needs who may need a different level of communication around healthcare decisions, or if a party may have issues around cognitive functioning. These services are child-centered and family-led, shifting the focus from conflict to collaboration. They are all voluntary and confidential. All ADR is protected from court. As a Children's Aid Society worker, you juggle a lot. You're balancing investigations, safety planning, legal requirements, and trying to build relationships with families, all at once. ADR can take some of the most labor-intensive work off your plate while improving family engagement. ADR can provide 15 to 40 hours of work per case by handling meeting preparation, coordination, plan development, agreement writing, and follow-ups. Families and their supports arrive at meetings with common understanding of what needs to be addressed and ready to get to work on resolutions. ADR facilitators provide neutral, structured conversations, making families more open and engaged. Children and youth benefit from stronger family and community safety nets that last beyond Children's Aid Society involvement. Connecting children and youth to their extended family and community helps to create sustainable support systems that are capable of being available to families 24/7. Research shows that families are much more likely to follow up and follow through when agreements are in place. ADR creates sustainable solutions that keep children safe long after your work is done. It's a tool that doesn't just support families, it supports you too. It's hard to worry about children's safety, but knowing there is a larger committed circle of support available to watch over and assist helps. Extended support circles are often very invested in the outcomes of the children they love and care about. ADR isn't something separate from child welfare work. It's a tool that enhances what you're already doing. It strengthens existing frameworks like Signs of Safety, which is an awesome assessment tool, by examining what is going well, what needs to be done, and what needs to happen. ADR is a decision-making tool that can provide the solutions to what needs to happen through thorough preparation and by giving families the time and space to develop their own solutions to your protection or conflict concerns. Openness and kinship planning, by helping families navigate post-care relationships in a structured way to ensure that children can remain connected when possible to their family. Structured decision-making, by ensuring meetings stay on track and focus on solutions. Think of ADR as an extension of your efforts, giving you more support to achieve the best outcomes for children. This chart is available in the ADR reference portfolio for your reference. It speaks to the differences between child protection mediation, Indigenous approaches, and family group conferencing. Here's what's important to know. ADR is voluntary, but Children's Aid Society must offer it. ADR is confidential, and neutral facilitators don't access Children's Aid Society files. The focus is always on child or youth safety and stability. ADR doesn't replace Children's Aid Society decision-making. It works alongside it to create more comprehensive plans. Families who go through ADR feel like they have a say in decisions and help to build a plan in a way that is inclusive, reasonable, and always child-centered. Families have noted a shift in their perception of them versus us to all of us working together. That can make all the difference. When people contribute to meaningful plans, they are much more likely to follow an agreement or plan and stay more actively engaged. Referring a family to ADR is simple, and the earlier it's done, the better the results. Have a conversation with the family, explain that ADR is a voluntary, family-led process, Give them a copy of one of ADR-LINK's brochures and invite them to watch the videos online so they get a better understanding of the benefits and process. You must gain consent from anyone you name as a party on the referral form, including children 12 and older. This gives you permission to give some basic information to ADR-LINK to assign a practitioner to help them. Sending notification to the Office of the Children's Lawyer for all children and youth under 18 is required. Submit the completed referral form, Office of the Children's Lawyer notification, and all signed consents to ADR-LINK by email or fax. Your office may have a person dedicated to processing referrals. Ask your supervisor about this. Once the referral is made, the ADR-LINK manager will let you know when a practitioner has been assigned, generally within 2 business days, and they will begin their work with the family as soon as possible. Your role shifts from leading the planning process to supporting it, allowing the family to take ownership. The earlier ADR is introduced, the better the outcomes. The Act champions early intervention and prevention. In ADR, we say make those referrals early. ADR is not just used to avoid court. Let's look at an example of ADR in action. A Children's Aid Society worker was handling a case where a mother was struggling with substance use. The extended family wanted to help, but no clear plan was in place and no opportunity for safe and neutral discussion was available. Instead of jumping straight to court, they used family group conferencing. The ADR facilitator met with the family ahead of time so they understood the concerns. At the conference, the family developed their own plan. The child stayed with an aunt while the mother went into treatment. Children's Aid Society monitored the plan, but the family took primary responsibility for ensuring child safety. In the end, the child remained with family instead of entering foster care. The Children's Aid Society workers' workload was reduced. The mother had a support system to help her recover and an opportunity for an ongoing relationship with her child. ADR made space for the family to step up and take responsibility, and that's exactly what we want. ADR is a tool that makes your job easier while creating better outcomes for children and families. By using ADR, you can reduce your workload by 15 to 40 hours per case, ensure families and support circles come prepared to meetings with the same understanding of concerns in advance, and are ready to work on plans. Support stronger safety plans by wrapping extended family around children and youth, and improve case outcomes and child safety without increasing legal involvement. Take the time to review the other resources available at adrlink.ca. All forms are available on the website as well. Refer to ADR-LINK as early in family involvement as possible, as soon as it looks like there needs to be better communication and collaboration between them and you or each other. Reach out to the ADR-LINK manager for support.